Well, hello everybody. I'd like to welcome you to my presentation for my Capstone Experience class for the MPA program at Arkansas State University. My name is Carl Kraus, and today I'm going to be presenting on the concept of leadership, more specifically the fundamentals and concepts of intrinsic motivation. I've chose this concept because I have a passion for leadership. I'm taking it from the Political Science 6613 class, Administrative Leadership. And my audience today is going to be a group of fire service employees who are taking a leadership workshop. And with that, I've got a PowerPoint presentation I'd like to go through fairly quickly, and then I've got a really good example of where I've personally used intrinsic motivation in the fire service and where I've gotten really good results. So a little bit about myself. I'm a captain with the Voicethread Fire Department. I have a little more than 24 years experience in the fire service. I've worked for federal, state, and local agencies. The last 10 years, I've been a company officer. I possess a Bachelor of Science degree in Natural Resource Management and a concentration of watershed, chaparral, and fire management from California Polytechnic State University, San Luis Obispo. And I'm currently an MPA student at Arkansas State University, and I'm looking forward to graduating this August. Now, the learning objectives today. One, we want to make sure we're able to differentiate between intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. And then we want to understand how to intrinsically motivate our employees by 1, being a leader, 2, instilling pride and ownership, and 3, recognizing employee efforts. Now, in terms of intrinsically versus extrinsically motivated, intrinsically motivated personnel, they do something because they want to. They do something so that they can please themselves, and then they're rewarded by self-fulfillment. And on the opposite end of the spectrum, extrinsically motivated employees, they do something because they have to, or they feel like they have to, and they do something to please others, such as their supervisor or boss, and they're motivated by reward or coercion, such as paid bonuses or trying to avoid discipline. Now, the first step in trying to intrinsically motivate our personnel is to be a leader. First and foremost, lead by example. Every day you get up, polish your boots, put your best uniform on, put your best foot forward, work hard. Our employees are always watching. And then we want to build trust through relationships. In order to be a successful leader, we have to build power. We can gain power by building relationships and gaining trust from our employees. And then team building. Team building is something that's very crucial because when you create that team atmosphere, people work harder because they don't want to let down the other members of that team. Also, we want to invest in the success of those around us. Just remember, being a servant leader, it's more about them than it is about us. Next, we want our employees to take pride and ownership in their jobs and in their performance. And we can do this by, one, we can encourage participation in the decision-making process, all the way from what we're going to do during the day up to creating standard operating procedures. Let's get them involved. We want to get them engaged. We want to create a passion for the fire service, whether it's training or doing evolutions. It's very important for them to be engaged and be focused. Next, we want employees to assist in developing a shared vision or mission statement. This is imperative because the mission statement is what we do every day. The decisions that we make and the actions that we do. We have one right here on the wall, and it states that we will be dedicated to protecting all through excellent service. Well, I make my decisions based on that. So if we can get them to help us develop that mission statement, they may be more apt to follow it. Next, we want to recognize employee efforts. And we want to challenge our employees. We want to allow them to earn our praise. Give them responsibility. Give them a task. Don't micromanage, and let them surprise us with how well they can do. And then we want to be consistent and sincere with our acknowledgments. We also want to give praise and recognition in front of their peers. It has a much more lasting effect than if we do it behind closed doors. Also, annual employee recognition awards. And I'm not talking about just a Firefighter of the Year award. It can be something as trivial as best boots or cleanest fire station or best fire engine. Those types of things. We want them to know that they're important. We're trying to foster a culture of professionalism, and this is one way that we can do that. Finally, I'd like to talk about my favorite leadership quote by Dwight D. Eisenhower. He states, "Leadership is the art of getting someone else to do something you want done because he wants to do it." And I think this is a perfect example of what we're talking about here in intrinsic motivation. Now, with that being said, I got a quick example in the fire service where I personally have used intrinsic motivation. Now, as a company officer, I could tell my firefighter to clean the bathroom, and I want it to shine. And he will, because he has to. That's his job. But now, if I take a different approach, like I've done, there was one instance where I came out of the restroom. I told the firefighter, "Wow, great job cleaning the restroom. It was so clean in there, I could have eaten off the floors. Great job. I appreciate that." Well, then the next morning when I got up to use the restroom, not only was the bathroom clean once again, but the toilet paper was folded in a point. Now, he didn't do that because I told him to. He did that because he knew I was paying attention. He wanted to impress me. And then, take it a little bit further, then I saw him cleaning the kitchen, and he wasn't just cleaning the kitchen like he normally did, where he was just wiping the counters and mopping the floor. He was cleaning inside the microwave. He was pulling the toaster away from the wall and cleaning the crumbs out from underneath it. He was going above and beyond because he knew I was paying attention. He was intrinsically motivated to do a better job. That's my presentation. I appreciate your time, and I hope to get some comments from this. Have a great day.